We'll have to have a PALS class about videography,
Videography,
and lighting.
that would be helpful.
Yeah. Things that you don't realize you'll need. All right. Well, hello there and welcome to announcements on this 13th Sunday after Pentecost, firmly in the middle of that long season. And at the same time, with September now upon us, we're sort of reinitiating a number of our ministries and getting things off the ground. Before we get into future events, we would like to express our thanks to everyone who helped out with the This and That sale, which of course took place yesterday, Friday, Thursday evening, but there were a lot of other touch points for helping out weeks in advance, sorting through and pricing items. So just a word of thanks to everybody who had something to do with the This and That sale, whether you donated items, helped sort, lugged things around, got everything cleaned up so that when we came in today, it was business as usual for the most part. These are important events in the life of our congregation because lots of people come in, become at least familiar with our facilities, and in some cases become familiar with our members, creating a relationship point that we can later on, God can use that however he wants to, and he has. We've seen that take place numerous times. So thanks again. And of course, then there's the funds that help to fund ministries and mission through our Women's League. So, thanks again.
Just like you said, looking forward, we are looking forward to Sunday school that has begun. We're looking forward to another year of learning about God's love for each of these children. So if you have children or grandchildren in kindergarten through 5th grade, we have a spot for them in our Sunday school. It's every Sunday at 9:15. And what's wonderful about that is it happens to coincide with our adult education hour. Go figure. At 9:15 also, we meet in the fellowship hall, and there are always treats and coffee and tea. So come and hang out with us, send your little ones to Sunday school, and all of you can learn.
Yeah. St. Mark Book Club's going for gold in September, gearing up for Winter Olympics, which evidently are happening this winter, and reading books about the Olympics. You are not limited in any way, shape, or form, except they have to be about the Olympic Games. I asked, because I'm that way, can you read a book about the Olympic Peninsula of Washington and the Olympic National Park? And the answer that I got was a non-enthusiastic one. So I guess that means they do need to be related to the Olympic Games with the medals and everything. So come and talk about your Olympic book that you read. It's September 10th at 1 o'clock in the small dining room off of the St. Mark kitchen. You can always come anytime after noon, bring a sack lunch or just something to drink or just hang out and spend some time together in preparation for the book club discussion. Any questions, please contact my wife, Sue, and she would be happy to interact with you and even get you a book if that's what you need.
I remember learning when I was younger that the first shot put Olympic, or when that was the first time it was introduced in the Olympics, or at least when the Americans competed, they trained with cannonballs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so when they got to the Olympics, the actual official ball that they threw was far lighter, and they just blew everybody away.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, so I guess I have to find a book.
That's a great story, though. It's almost like a Aesop's Fables type thing. Yeah, that's cool.
So maybe somebody out there knows if I'm lying or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just remember
Google it
that.
and put it in the comments.
Yes. Operation Christmas Child. I want to read this because there's so much good information in here. I don't know how I would summarize it. I tried last week. It didn't work. One of the things that we are going to focus on in our OCC campaign this year is how shoeboxes can open the door for children to hear the gospel in far-flung countries, including those that are hard to reach, meaning that the government is hostile to Christianity. So we have a unique opportunity to hear the testimony of a former shoebox recipient, Bassett, who is from a hard-to-reach country. He'll talk about the persecution that he suffered and about how the shoebox that he received was a treasure to him and inspired him to grow his faith and pursue God's calling. The meeting, the time that he'll be there is on Friday, September 12th, and he'll be at this 15978 Newcomb Road in Middlefield. Just get the announcement, you'll see that. There will be his testimony, food, and fellowship. No RSVP is needed. What church is that? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay, I don't know.
And I think let's ask about that and what time it starts.
What time, yes.
Because I don't think it'll be all day Friday
Probably
there.
not.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll get some more detailed information for that. I've seen one of the videos. I don't know if you watched that one.
I did not yet. No.
It's really cool. It's just as this announcement is pointed in terms of the evangelism side of Operation Christmas Child.
Okay.
Really well done. That'll be shown, I believe, on the 21st.
Okay.
Sunday the 21st here. I'm going to skip down to the Good News class. That's starting September 28th. I'm leading a new study called Good News. I started this last year, and what Good News is begins with good news, and it proceeds to talk about the doctrine and practice of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod and what it means to live and serve in a Missouri Synod congregation, and what that structure looks like as a synod in a district, and how our congregation is run. Practical stuff also mixed with the theology behind it, the teachings, and how we're distinctive from other Christian groups in the United States and throughout the world. All of which is to say that this, you might imagine, is a class that we would want those who are considering membership at St. Mark to take, or those who are just interested in finding out what does your church believe and teach. Perfect setting for that. It also functions very well as a refresher course of sorts. You've been a Lutheran Christian for a long time, but you'd like to get back into some of the details. This would be an ideal situation for you to join in as well. And it's not a long course, it's 7 weeks. It's no pressure, there's no sell job on joining the church that ever takes place with that. However, if at the end of that somebody does want to join the congregation, they will have the opportunity to do that on the next Sunday after the class wraps up. So if you're interested, if you know someone who's interested, please invite them, help us make this as widely known as possible. And if you invite someone to attend and you join in attending with them, there will be a special prize just for you.
Very cool.
Yeah, sweeten the pot.
I'm going to just touch on the LWML Northeast Zone Retreat. The RSVP window has come and gone, but since it's in the announcements, I do want to point it out. The retreat is held on September the 20th. If you have not reserved a spot and really want to, reach out to Ruth Mowry. I don't know how strict they are, but I would say every day that passes is a day that you will probably have a harder time.
Yeah, don't delay. Yeah, good idea. Pretty soon it'll be November. And along with November comes our Christmas boutique. We're just in need, all hands on deck, much like the This and That sale. There are countless ways that you can become involved and give of your time and attention to our Christmas boutique. And that does include, if you know vendors or if you are a vendor, to contact Karen Rudar and see about them or you selling your wares at the sale. It is a juried show, which I have learned means that the committee wants to look at what you're offering before you show up. So that you're not just selling your bottle collection or something, but that some actual art has gone into this and it's an attractive thing, etc. So that's fair, and just want you to be aware of the process, what we're talking about here. Again, talk to Karen about vendors. Anything else, Sue Brill would be able to answer your questions about opportunities for service under the umbrella of the Christmas Boutique.
Call for ushers is still outgoing. And of course, as we've said in the past, if that is not something you're interested in, but you have other gifts that you would like to use for the service of the church, let us know. We can talk to you about all of the various ministries and other opportunities that might be of interest to you. But there's a lot of work to do, and many hands make smaller work. I think you said that.
I might have, yeah. The principle is true. Okay, let's see. I think that's about it. When we get information about the upcoming services for Patty Weiss and also for Gary Paletto, those will be communicated as soon as possible via our FYI email chain. So if you're not on that email chain and want up-to-date information on just about everything, please contact the church office, talk to Della. She can get you on that email with no problem. And you'll know exactly what's going on and when. But that's how that information will be issued. Other than that, this week should prove to be a normal week in terms of in-person Bible study. Online stuff will all be back to normal, which is to say Monday through Friday we'll be streaming, doing the normal stuff. So look for us there. I think that's it. So on that note, have a great day and week as September starts to unfurl and we get into some old and familiar patterns. Encouraging each other with the word of our Lord. Have a great week.